Happy holidays, everybody. My name is Luke, aka Mr. Rage, and welcome back to another one of my discussion videos. So, this is actually a topic that I have been wanting to talk about for quite a while, and I'm actually long overdue for talking about it. So I'm quite excited today because we finally get to on the channel. Because, like I said, I've been wanting to talk about this for quite a while now. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. It's cold outside. It's a nice day. It's cold, but it's also sunny. I might go for a walk later on. So yeah, I'm having a good day, and I hope you guys are too. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you guys probably already know, Rockstar confirmed it. They confirmed the next game in the Grand Theft Auto series, and the first time I saw this post, I literally tried to take out my own eyeballs like fucking Mr. Krabs. I tried to wipe them on my t-shirt to make sure that my eyes were not deceiving me because I could not believe what I was reading. At first, I thought I was being clickbait. I done all my research, and I thought Boss Man Fuck the World was trying to do just that again. I thought he was trying to fuck the world with his little bullshit lies again, but it wasn't. He wasn't. This was official by Rockstar that they are working on the next Grand Theft Auto game, and we are even getting a trailer in 2 days. Yay, I can't wait. If you couldn't already tell, I'm not very excited for GTA 6. And who knows? Rockstar might just surprise all of us. This might be like the best game in the series. Who fucking knows? Like maybe this will be like one of the best games of all time. Who knows? Like who knows what Rockstar will do or what they're cooking up back there. But I have nothing but hope and a lot of concern. That's what I'm feeling here. I feel a lot of hope and a lot of concern. I'm hopeful that Rockstar is going to be giving us another quality game like they've always done, you know, just like they used to. But I'm also very concerned. And the reason why I'm concerned is because of the very topic in today's discussion video. Rockstar has changed for the worst, unfortunately, and it's sad. Rockstar is actually a perfect example of the quote of how the mighty have fallen. Rockstar is the definition of that quote because Rockstar used to be an amazing video game company. Hell, Rockstar was a developer that would make not just amazing video games, their games were more than just games. Their games felt like an experience, not just a video game. The games that Rockstar would make were more than just top quality. Rockstar's games were more than just amazing. They went beyond just being amazing. They were legendary. Rockstar's games were incredibly amazing, spectacular games. The worlds they would create, the characters they would write. Their characters are so amazingly well writ that they're fake characters, they're fictional characters, and yet we would grow to have real feelings for them because of how amazingly well written their characters are. Arthur Morgan, John Marston, Nico Bellic, CJ, all those incredible Rockstar characters. Hell, even Jimmy Hopkins from the Bully games, or the Bully game, because there's never going to be a Bully 2, let's be honest, but yeah, Rockstar's games were absolutely incredible. They created some of the very best video games of all time. And you can tell that Rockstar was the type of company that was not just in it for the money. They wanted to create art. And they used video games to create their art. And they done it spectacularly well. I mean, they succeeded in creating some of the best games of all time. And another thing that's amazing about Rockstar is how they've managed to create these games for so long. Like, Rockstar has never made a bad game. All of Rockstar's games have been amazing. They've never even made one bad game. Despite me not liking GTA 5 as much, it's still an amazing game. So, it's great how good Rockstar used to be. You know, it felt good being able to trust a company with always being able to deliver fantastic games every single time they made one. Unfortunately, these days, you know, in these dark days, I would rather trust EA than Rockstar because of how bad they've gotten. Rockstar has changed for the absolute worst. They have become an incredibly greedy company and a company that no longer cares about making good video games. I mean, the fact that they milked GTA Online for so many years and then abandoned Red Dead 2 Online because it wasn't making them enough profits. Rockstar has changed for the absolute worst. I mean, GTA Trilogy Remastered, GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced, GTA Online becoming more and more of an even bigger cash grab than it already is every new update that they make for it. It's fucking terrible to see what Rockstar has become. It really is. But despite all this, I still try and keep my hope for GTA 6. But the one thing that I am very concerned about is woke culture. I do not like woke culture. All right, I think I've made that quite obvious on my channel. I do not like woke culture. Actually, let me rephrase the question. I fucking hate woke culture. These people irritate the absolute fuck out of me, and they annoy everyone else. Woke culture is a terrible culture. Okay, they are one of the worst cultures in modern society. They are nothing more but incredibly ignorant, entitled, insecure narcissists. That's all they are, and that's all they ever have been. I mean, maybe back in the 90s when they were, all about fighting racism and all that, maybe woke culture was better then. But these days, woke culture is a fucking joke. And the reason why woke culture is so terrible is because they get offended over everything. They don't just get offended over things that they should be offended by, like actual discrimination and racism and all that crap, but they get offended over everything. They get offended over certain entertainment, personal beliefs, free speech. They get offended over so much shit. That's all these people are good at. That's the only thing they're known for, is being offended. That's the only thing they have to contribute to the rest of society, is being offended. That's all they have to give and offer, is their pathetic, unnecessary whining. That's all they're good at. That's all they do, is be offended. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm offended by woke culture being offended. When they get offended over stupid shit, that offends me. All right, I'm offended by them being offended. Now, what does this have to do with GTA 6? Well, one thing that I forgot to mention about old Rockstar is not only did this company make amazing games, but these people also had balls of absolute steel. Old Rockstar had the balls of the gods themselves, because this company did not give a fuck about being offensive. This company not only crossed the line, but they went way beyond the line when it comes to how offensive things can be in video games. This is the same company that created Manhunt, an extremely violent and gruesome survival horror game that was also incredibly offensive back in the day. And it was also banned in multiple countries, and I think it was even banned in the United States at one point. So this is a company that used to make extremely dark and offensive entertainment in their games. I mean, the Grand Theft Auto games are also very offensive as well. Back in the old days, it was very controversial with the Grand Theft Auto series, how you could take a gun and just shoot down a crowd of people. Like, obviously that did offend people back in the day, and Rockstar didn't care. Rockstar did not care then how people got offended over the shit that they put in their games, whether it was the Grand Theft Auto games or Manhunt or Bully, because even Bully was kind of offensive. Rockstar never cared. Rockstar never cared about people being offended and the controversy that came with their games even being made in the first place. Rockstar didn't care because, like I said, Rockstar had balls of steel. They had balls stronger than Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. They had balls that could survive being crushed by the Incredible Hulk himself. So, yeah. Rockstar, they had balls. They had very massive balls. Now, these days, unfortunately, those balls have shrunken. I feel like Rockstar might have already gone woke, unfortunately. And the reason why is because, I'm not sure if you guys already know, but in the Xbox One and PS4 versions of GTA 5, there were transgender NPCs in the game. And your character, or the characters, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, you could interact with these NPCs, and there were some very transphobic and extremely hurtful and offensive jokes about transgenders. Obviously, I'm joking. As a matter of fact, the trans jokes that were in GTA 5, they were mid compared to the jokes and humor in the older GTA games. They were fucking mid compared to Rockstar's older humor. Okay, these jokes were not offensive at all. It was just silly little one-liners. They were not offensive in the slightest, okay? They were just your typical transgender jokes. And in GTA 5, expanded and enhanced, these jokes were removed for apparently being too offensive to the almighty LGBT community. But of course, we're allowed to have racist jokes in GTA 5. You can make fun of racism, you could make fun of all these other things, but when you make fun of the transgenders, that's when you cross the line. You cross the line now because you made fun of the precious transgender people. But of course, like I just said, we're allowed to have other types of offensive humor. We could have racism jokes, we can have abortion jokes, we could have all those other touchy subjects being used as humor, but when it comes to the transgenders, yeah, that's crossing the line. I feel like this is evidence that Rockstar has gone woke. Because this does involve the LGBTQ community, because obviously they were transgender jokes. And, yeah, the trans people are still in GTA 5. The trans NPCs, they're still in GTA 5, and you can still kill them, of course, but why remove those jokes? What was so offensive about them? And not only that, but GTA is supposed to be offensive. If anyone ever thinks that GTA can ever be too offensive, that is incredibly stupid. Because this is something that we liked about the GTA franchise. It's one of the things that we liked about the GTA franchise. You see, unlike woke culture and unfortunately a good amount of Gen Z in general, because Gen Z in general is also kind of stupid when it comes to shit like this. Gen Z also gets easily offended. I actually understand the difference between actual mockery and discrimination and simple humor. And even extremely offensive humor does not affect me in the slightest. Because I understand that humor is literally just that, humor. And if you understand humor, then you know that humor is not meant to be taken seriously unless you are a very immature and insecure person. Just like a majority of woke culture. And that's why I'm concerned. GTA mixed with woke culture, who are unfortunately part of modern society, this is one of the reasons why I'm concerned. Because I already know that GTA 6 is not going to be able to be as offensive as the previous GTA games because of these motherfuckers right here. And for any of these assholes who thinks that I'm being offensive right now, or I'm being stupid because I don't agree with you, fuck woke culture, okay? You guys can kiss my fucking ass, okay? Woke culture can kiss my fucking ass, and they could suck my cock dry, suck the cum right out of my dick, and have it on your pancakes in the morning for breakfast. Some special maple syrup for you motherfuckers. Alright, I don't give a fuck about being offensive, okay? If I offend you people, I don't give two shits. Now, if Rockstar does go woke, there is going to be a lot of consequences. If you guys think that I'm being too hateful to woke culture, you guys have no idea. There are people out there who despise woke culture even more than I do. Hell, there are people out there who will literally boycott a company just for celebrating Pride Month. So if you think that I'm being too hateful to woke culture, you guys have no fucking idea. I only hate woke culture because they get offended over my entertainment. If woke culture would actually focus on fighting real world discrimination, then maybe people, including myself, wouldn't hate them as much. Hell, maybe I wouldn't hate them at all. I don't like discrimination. I don't like judging people unfairly. I don't like discrimination either. But since these people get offended over my entertainment, that's why I hate woke culture, and also because of freedom of speech. So, do I think woke culture will ruin GTA 6? Do I think it'll ruin gaming in general? Unfortunately, yes, I do think it will ruin gaming. It hasn't ruined gaming yet, but it is getting close. And look, I'm an understanding person, so I'll try and level with you guys. woke culture specifically, I'll try and level with you guys. I'll try and be understanding. You get offended over something? Okay, fine. But if you get offended over something, why do you gotta try and force that on other people? You see, one of the things about being offended is subjective. It's very subjective. Okay, the only time you can ever say that something is too offensive is if like 99% of people also agree with you that it's offensive. But there are things that woke people get offended over that many other people don't get offended over. So since woke culture already gets offended over incredibly stupid things like entertainment, movies and video games, that proves my point even more. Being offended is subjective. So when people say that like for example, like a video game or a movie, like if someone says that a video game or a movie or any piece of entertainment is too offensive, that's their opinion. And to me, since being offended is subjective, I look at being offended as also being somewhat like an opinion. If you're offended over something like a movie or a video game, then that's fine. You have every right to be offended over it. And the same goes if you're offended over someone's opinion. If you're offended over someone's opinion or their personal beliefs, then that's also fine. You have every right to be offended. And if you want to be offended over it, okay, fine, be offended. And the reason why I bring up personal beliefs is I'm actually going to tell you guys a story. This is actually one of the reasons why I want to make this video, besides GTA 6 even coming out. About a week ago, I was actually messaged on Discord. Someone sent me a friend request on Discord, and I'm not sure how this person got my username. Maybe they got it from Xbox, or maybe they were part of the same server as me. I don't know how they got it, but I accepted the request, because I do that. I accept requests. And this person immediately started messaging me, and they did not sound very happy nor friendly. This person immediately started insulting me. They started saying horrible things about me, my family. They were pretty much discriminating me, right? And I figured this was just another hater, because I have gotten messages from haters in the past. I've even shown that to you guys. I've made videos about, how I've gotten hate mail and hate messages online from, my haters who see my videos. So I assumed this was just another one of those haters until this person called me a transphobic bigot. And then they sent me the link to one of my own videos, a video that I uploaded a couple of months ago. And in that video, I gave my opinion on the trans community. And for anyone who's seen that video, like for any of you guys who've seen that video I uploaded, you guys already know that I was not being transphobic or discriminative in the slightest. All I did was give my opinion on transgenders, and it was not transphobic at all. And for anyone who didn't already see the video, not to worry, because I'll catch you guys up to speed. Here's my opinion on transgenders, because I might as well give it now, because you guys are probably curious now anyways. I do not believe that you can switch your gender. I don't believe that's physically possible. I don't believe you can just change your gender like you're some kind of video game avatar where you can just go back to the main menu and just switch your character's gender. I don't think the human body was really designed nor meant for such a dramatic change. So when a man becomes a transgender woman, I don't believe that they're actually transgender. I don't believe they're actually women now. Like when a man becomes a transgender woman, I don't believe that person actually a woman now. I don't believe that they're women. I don't believe that transgender women are really women. I don't think they are. And obviously the same goes for transgender men. I simply don't believe in that. I don't think it's possible, and I don't believe in it. So since I don't believe in it, I also don't support it, because that's just how I feel. If I don't understand someone's beliefs, then I don't support it. But just because I don't support transgenders, that doesn't mean I hate them just because they're transgender. Because the way I see things is, I don't have any right to tell people how to live their life, because who the fuck am I to tell people how to live their life? Nobody has the right to tell others how to live. You don't have that right. No one has that right. You don't have a right to control other people's lives, and people don't have a right to control your life. People are allowed to live their lives however they may please. Whatever choices they make, whatever they want to do, That's their life. So I don't judge people unfairly. Now tell me, is me having an opinion on transgenders going to actually affect them in any way? Is me having that opinion going to affect the trans community in any single way? Just because I don't believe in their beliefs? Just because I don't support nor have the same beliefs as them? No. If transgenders are really happy like they say they are because they made the change, then how is my opinion going to affect them in any way? Because if they're really happy in their life, like if they're actually happy because of the choice they made for actually becoming a transgender, then how the fuck is my opinion going to affect them in any single way? And that's the thing about opinions in general. Opinions do not need to affect anybody. That's why I can't stand it when people get so offended over personal opinions, because they don't even need to affect you. They're not going to have any impact on you. They won't impact your life. They won't change your own beliefs. They're not going to affect you in any single way. That's why I can't stand it when people get offended over my opinions. So yeah, for that person who messaged me on Discord, you can go fuck yourself, all right? You could go fuck yourself, all right? I'll track you down where you live. I'll take this pencil, and while you're sleeping, I will write the biggest penis on your face. Anyways, back to the main topic at hand here. See what I went through? You see what woke culture did to me? You see how offended they got just because I had an opinion? Woke culture is an incredibly stupid group of people. Not only do these people get extremely offended, but they actually think they have the right to tell others what to do. And when they can't tell others what to do, they get angry. They try and cancel you. They go online and they start harassing you. They become the very things that they're apparently fighting against, because I thought woke culture was against hatred and discrimination. And yet I was literally harassed online and discriminated myself just because I had an opinion on the trans community. Woke culture is fucking pathetic. You people in general are fucking pathetic. Like you woke ass motherfuckers, fuck all of y'all. I don't give two fucks if you're offended. You see, these people, they're fucking hypocrites as well. Like they don't like how actual transphobic. They don't like how actual transphobic people, unlike myself, actual transphobic and homophobic people, they don't like how they try and tell LGBT people how to live their lives, and yet woke culture is literally doing the same to everyone else. If you don't have the same opinion on LGBTQ as everybody else, then you're just a bigot. You're a transphobic / homophobic bigot. Look, and when it comes to people who actually are transphobic, yes, those people are, they're dickheads, you know, etc., etc., etc. Like, I don't like anyone who's judgmental, and I don't like anyone who tries to control other people. Like, if you try and control other people, I don't like that. I don't like people who try to control others, and I don't like people who judge others unfairly. So, I don't like woke culture or, you know, people who have, you know, transphobia and homophobia. I don't like none of y'all, all right? I don't like judging anyone unfairly. So, woke culture is fucking pathetic, but woke culture is also part of the problem. The fact that they think that they can tell others what to do, and then they harass other people just because they had an opinion, is incredibly stupid. Like, my opinion was not even transphobic. Like, my opinion is not transphobic, and you know what? If my opinion is transphobic, I'm still not gonna change. I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give two fucks. Okay, enough of that little rant. I kind of got off topic here, but I'm just trying to make an example of just how easily offended these people get. Woke culture gets offended over everything. Everything is offensive to these people. They don't like freedom of speech, they don't like personal beliefs, and they don't like entertainment. And that brings me to my next point on why I hate woke culture. When it comes to franchises like Grand Theft Auto, you know, basically franchises that have, like, you know, humor, parody, stuff like that, you know, Family Guy, South Park, you know, all those type of entertainment, woke culture does not like that at all. And like I said earlier, if woke culture would try and actually fight real discrimination instead of getting mad at entertainment, maybe people would stop hating them, because I understand discrimination is still running rampant in 2023. Hell, and there's even been an increase on transgenders in 2023. I mean, I'm pretty sure like a group of transgenders were actually murdered. 33, I think, actually. And my heart goes out to all those people. The fact that people are killing transgenders just for living their own lives is incredibly hurtful, it's incredibly heartbreaking, and it is just another act of being hateful. It's hatefulness in general. So I think it's terrible that LGBTQ faces all this hatred and all of this discrimination. But the fact that woke culture is more focused on entertainment than actually fighting real discrimination, that's fucking pathetic. Like, woke culture can actually be useful in limiting discrimination. And the reason I say limiting discrimination is because, let's be honest, discrimination is never going to end. This is something that's never going to go away. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, and all this other discrimination, it's never going to go away. It's never going to stop. This is something that's going to happen for as long as society is still here, for as long as people are still here. It's never going to end. And I understand that's very hard for some to accept, but it's the harsh reality. Reality is often harsh when you have a false belief of hope. Just when you think that something better can happen, when you think a better change can happen, when you think you could actually make a good change, reality has a tendency of showing you just how harsh it really is. So, discrimination is never going to end. LGBTQ and transgender specifically will always face discrimination. There is nothing woke culture can do to stop it. They're not going to be able to stop it fully, but they can probably limit it. And that's why it's stupid how they attack entertainment, how they attack movies and video games for apparently being too offensive. And see, let me give you an example of what I mean by when they get offended by entertainment. Now, let's say there's an LGBT character in a horror slasher film. Now, you guys already know, when it comes to horror slashers, people get killed by the killer. That's what these movies are about. And let's say they have a trans character in a horror slasher film. And let's say that the trans character gets murdered by the killer, as long as the other characters who aren't transgender, like the transgender gets killed and the non-transgender characters are killed. You know, the transgender is killed and the other characters are killed who are not transgender, you know? Woke culture will say that movie is being transphobic because they put a transgender character in the movie and the transgender character got killed by the killer, even though the other characters also got killed by the killer and those other characters were not transgender. And the same goes for other genres. Let's say they have a gay character in an action movie or a drama, and let's say something bad happens to the gay character. They'll say that the movie's being homophobic. You see, woke culture wants LGBT characters in movies and video games, but they need to be treated with more, I guess you could say they gotta be treated more specially. They gotta be treated specially than the other characters. They gotta be given the special treatment because they're gay and transgender. See, that's why nobody likes woke media as well. That's why people don't like woke movies and woke video games, because woke culture does want trans characters and gay characters in more movies and video games. But when these characters actually are put in movies and video games, they want them to be treated with special care. They gotta be treated specially. They gotta be treated with special treatment, because if they aren't treated specially, then those movies and video games are just transphobic and they're homophobic. Doesn't that sound stupid? Doesn't that sound retarded to you? Like, we're appeasing these people. We're putting LGBT characters in movies and video games. Like, more video games are having gay and trans characters in them. Like, for example, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 has a gay character in there. And by the way, you know, speaking of that, for the people who think that all movies and video games are woke just for having LGBT characters in them, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You do not know what it means when it comes to actual woke entertainment. The only time a movie or a video game is woke is if the gay character or the trans character is treated better than the other characters. And if they exaggerate the fact that they're gay and transgender, then yes, that pretty much means that it is woke. You know, because you're not supposed to exaggerate it, and you're not supposed to give the LGBT characters more treatment and treat them better than the other characters who aren't gay or transgender. That's what it actually means to have a woke video game or a woke movie, okay? When the LGBT characters are treated better than the other characters just because of the fact that they're part of LGBTQ, That's woke right there. That's what it means to actually be woke. And the same goes for other types of woke media as well. Like, for example, like, if they have a person who was like, a different race, like, black or Mexican or Chinese or something like that, and they're treated better than the other characters just because they're black or Chinese or Mexican or whatever, because, I'm also Mexican, that means it's woke. And that's actually a good example. Like if they put a Mexican character in a movie or a video game, and if the Mexican character was treated better than the other characters just because of the fact that he's Mexican, I wouldn't like that. Just because I'm Mexican, that doesn't fucking make me happy. I wouldn't like that. That's actually a form of racism. You see, woke culture is also incredibly one-sided. All woke culture cares about is LGBTQ, people of color, people of race and color, and also even a bit of feminism as well, like even a little bit of gender in there. These people are incredibly one-sided. Like if we had movies and video games that just made fun of white people and straight people, oh, that's fine. Woke culture wouldn't give a shit. I'm pretty sure they would actually like that. Like if we had movies and video games that made jokes about white people and straight people and all that, they wouldn't care at all about that. They wouldn't give a single fuck about that. They would probably like it. Because, like I said, woke culture is very one-sided. They don't care about white people and straight people. All they care about is LGBTQ and racism. That's all they care about. And listen, I'll admit, I also don't like racism. I've been discriminated before in the past, all right, because of the fact that I'm Hispanic. So I don't like racism. But this could actually be used as another good example. Now, back to the topic of GTA 6. If there's a lot of race jokes in there, like let's say they have extremely offensive racist jokes in GTA 6, I wouldn't care. Because like I said, I understand the fact that humor is not meant to be taken seriously. And obviously woke culture is the exact opposite. Humor does not sit well with woke culture. I mean, if they get offended over everything else, like, personal beliefs and free speech and all that other dumb bullshit, then humor is absolutely no exception. Woke culture does not like humor. So if GTA 6 has trans jokes or gay jokes or race jokes or all that crap, then woke culture will obviously be very, very upset. And then, of course, that leads to the other problem. Then they're going to try and cancel the game because the game is too offensive. Like I said earlier in the video, there is no such thing as something that is too offensive. Okay, if you think a video game or a movie is too offensive, again, that is your opinion. And you see, this is another thing that I actually hate about woke culture. When they get offended by something, they think everyone's going to care about it. Because, because we protect LGBTQ and because we're offended over something that we should actually be offended over. You see, that's another thing. Woke culture thinks that when they're offended by something, everyone should care because they think that they're offended by something that they should actually be offended by. That's why they think everyone should care when they get offended, because when they get offended in their mind, the thing that they're offended by, it's something that they should be offended by, and everyone should be offended by it. Even though, like I said earlier, being offended is subjective. The only thing that I agree with when it comes to woke culture is racism, okay? When I see racist people and shit like that, I don't like that at all, okay? And I don't even get offended. Like, when I see racist people and homophobic people and all that crap, I don't even pay attention to them, okay? I don't pay attention to them. I don't let them ruin my day and bring me down. I don't give a fuck about them either. Woke culture is still pathetic, even if they have some good beliefs. And, when it comes to them wanting to cancel shit, they're not going to cancel anything. They're not going to cancel jack shit. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant about woke culture. Woke culture is pathetic, all right? Woke culture is absolutely pathetic, all right? There's no group of people that I can't stand more. Because, like, even when you try and please these people, they still get mad. I mean, like I said earlier, you can put LGBT characters in movies and video games, and woke culture will literally get offended if those LGBT characters are not treated in a specific way. And isn't that also a bit hypocritical? Like, doesn't woke culture want society to treat LGBT people normally? Like, don't they want us to treat gays and transgenders as if like they're normal people? Like, don't they want us to just treat them as if they're normal? So if that's the case, then why do they want gay characters and trans characters to be treated in a specific way when they're in movies and video games? Like, why do they gotta be given special treatment just because they're gay or transgender? That's so fucking stupid. And it's also hypocritical. Like, I thought you guys wanted us to treat gays and transgenders more normally. Like, I thought you want us to stop caring so much about the fact that they're transgender and gay. Like, you want us to not care about that fact. You want us to not care about the fact that they're gay and transgender. You want us to just look at them like they're normal people. So why do they gotta be treated in a specific way when they're in movies and video games? Why? Why? Like in GTA 6, if they have trans characters and gay NPCs in GTA 6, if you can kill those NPCs because they're gay and transgender, or just because they're gay and transgender, they're gonna say that the game is transphobic. They will no doubt say the game is transphobic, the game is offensive, just because you can kill transgender NPCs or gay NPCs if they're even in the game. Even though you can also kill white and black people and normal people too. But yeah, of course, if you kill the trans NPCs and the gay NPCs, then oh yeah, the game is homophobic and transphobic because you can actually kill the gay and trans NPCs as well as the normal NPCs. You know, the straights and the white and the black NPCs. Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Woke culture needs to go, man. Like, I'm glad though that many people are actually turning against woke culture themselves. I mean, like I said in the video, there are plenty of people that hate woke culture just as much as I do, and who knows? GTA 6 might just be a great game. It might be a great game, and if we have offensive humor in GTA 6, like really offensive humor, then I'll be happy. If GTA 6 feels like another classic GTA, then the light has officially shined back on Rockstar again. You know, if we get the offensive humor back and, you know, all the other controversial shit, because let me tell y'all something. One of the reasons why I hate woke culture so much is because of the fact that they get offended over things like humor. Like, listen, I'm a really big fan of comedy, okay? I like comedy, okay? There's nothing I love more than just having a good laugh. I love to laugh. I love to hear funny stuff. So I'm a big fan of humor, whether it's normal humor or offensive humor. And if you woke assholes want a little word of advice, if you guys get so offended over offensive humor and controversial humor, there is plenty of forms of entertainment that have more lighthearted humor. Okay, so if GTA 6 hopefully does have offensive humor, like really dark offensive humor, like I'm hoping it does have, you guys don't gotta care. Like, why does woke culture even gotta care? Like, why should they care? Like, this is the problem with woke culture. They care about something that they shouldn't. Entertainment is different from reality because entertainment is fiction. If something is fiction, then it's not supposed to impact reality. It's not supposed to. There is a big difference between the realm of fiction and the realm of reality, the realm where you live. You live in reality, don't you? The fact that all these woke assholes care more about fiction than actual reality, that's even more fucking pathetic. They care more about canceling offensive or apparently offensive topics and entertainment, but they don't care about taking care of actual discrimination in reality. Like, seriously, like, doesn't that sound stupid to you? The fact that woke culture cares more about offensive entertainment than actual discrimination in reality? You guys should care more about that. Like, seriously. And what? Because, like, because if something is offensive in entertainment, then that's going to influence people in reality? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And like, if people do, like, if people was to become homophobic or transphobic or racist because of like racist jokes and shit like that, then you can't blame the entertainment for that. Okay, like if someone becomes a transphobic person just because I heard a couple of transgender jokes, then you can't blame the entertainment for that. Blame the person for actually taking a joke so seriously, because those people are bad too. I mean, there are people who are influenced by humor. I'll admit, there are people who are influenced by humor. You know, like if someone became a racist person or a transphobic person or a homophobic person because they heard a couple of funny homophobic or transgender jokes, or, you know, or gay jokes or racist jokes, then you can't blame the actual entertainment for that. You can't blame the media for that. Okay, blame the person, not the media. Anyways, guys, this concludes my discussion video about woke culture. I will have another video about GTA 6 coming in the near future. Stay tuned for that one. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, y'all. Peace.